Hi friends, welcome to Mr. Brain Boost, where luxury meets legacy and billionaires wish they lived like royalty. Today, we're taking you inside the top 10 royal palaces that are still homes, not museums, not historical sites, but actual lived-in royal residences. These are palaces where the carpets aren't roped off and the chandeliers still sparkle over royal breakfasts. From ancient dynasties to modern monarchies, these palaces aren't just monuments, they're megamansions of global power and absurd opulence. We're talking gold-plated walls, private chapels, secret tunnels, and gardens bigger than Disneyland. And unlike your neighbor's smart home, these palaces come with crowns, guards, and centuries of juicy royal drama. Whether it's Buckingham Palace's secret underground passages or a Thai palace that's practically a city, these aren't just homes, they're the stuff of fairy tales with security details. So get your virtual passport ready. We're about to travel the world in royal style, counting down the top 10 most expensive, most extravagant, and most iconic royal palaces that people still call home. And hey, if you think your house has too many throw pillows, wait until you see a palace with 143 bathrooms. Let's begin with number 10. Number 10, Royal Palace of Madrid, Spain, estimated value $2 billion. Coming in at number 10 is the Royal Palace of Madrid, Spain's official royal residence and the largest functioning royal palace in Europe. With 3,418 rooms covering 1.45 million square feet, this place isn't a house, it's a royal universe. Though the Spanish royal family now primarily resides in the more modest Zarzuela Palace on the outskirts of Madrid, the royal palace is still used for state ceremonies, official banquets, and royal receptions. And yes, it's still considered a home. A palace with its own pharmacy, armory, opera hall, and royal chapel. Who needs Netflix when you've got a string quartet on call? Fun fact. This palace is so massive that its kitchen has 12 walk-in ovens, and its ceiling frescoes were painted by Baroque masters like Giacinto and Tiepolo. Oh, and the flooring, marble, imported from Italy. Naturally built in the 18th century after a fire destroyed the old Alcazar fortress, King Philip V ordered a new palace that would make Versailles jealous. And boy, did he deliver. Gold accents? Check. Royal throne room? Check. A chandelier heavier than your entire car? Double check. But here's the kicker, the palace still has residential suites used by the king and royal family for ceremonial stays. Not bad for what's essentially a $2 billion spare bedroom. It's a place where tradition meets sheer royal spectacle, and it's only number 10 on our list. Number 9, Mysore Palace, India, estimated value $1.8 billion. At number 9, we're heading to southern India for a palace that looks like it was designed by someone who binge-watched Game of Thrones and Aladdin at the same time. Mysore Palace,
also known as the Ambavilas Palace, this architectural marvel is the official residence of the Wadiyar dynasty, one of India's oldest and wealthiest royal families. And guess what? Even today, descendants of the Wadiyars live in a private wing of the palace, because apparently, downsizing just isn't in their vocabulary. Now let's talk about extravagance. Mysore Palace isn't just royal, it's Bollywood-level bling. The main structure blends Hindu, Islamic, Gothic, and Rajput styles, with domes, arches, and turrets that look straight out of a fantasy novel. And inside, oh boy, ceilings painted with gold leaf stained glass skylights from Scotland, hand-carved doors made of rosewood and ivory, and a massive darbar hall where kings used to hold court under a glittering 500 kilograms chandelier bit. What makes it really jaw-dropping is the Dussehra festival, when the palace is illuminated with over 97,000 light bulbs. That's not a light show, it's a royal rave. Now, while it's open to tourists, the Wadiyars still hold ceremonies and reside in parts of the palace. Talk about mixing business with royal pleasure. Their private quarters? Super restricted. Think hidden passageways, antique weapon collections, and probably a tiger-skinned rug or two, because why not? Estimated to be worth around $1.8 billion. This is one palace that doesn't need to scream luxury. It just glows literally. Number 8. Stockholm Palace, Sweden. Estimated value $2.4 billion. At number 8, We're heading north where snowflakes are designer cut and royalty comes with a Scandinavian twist. Say hello to Stockholm Palace, the official residence of the Swedish monarch. Located right in the heart of Stockholm's Old Town, this isn't just a palace, it's a power hub, a history book, and a royal urban all-in-one. Built in the early 1700s, this beast of a structure has 600-plus rooms, spread across 11 floors, with 5 museums, a chapel, and even a treasury where they keep weight for actual crowns. King Carl XVI Gustaf and his family don't live here full-time, they prefer Drottningholm Palace just outside the city, but Stockholm Palace is still where he holds court, hosts foreign dignitaries, and stores all the fancy royal gear. Now let's get to the juicy details. Inside, you've got rooms decked in gold leaf and velvet tapestries from the 18th century that look fresher than your latest IKEA rug, a grand staircase that makes Cinderella's exit look low-budget, and guards in full regalia who march like they mean business. And unlike most royal families, the Swedes are pretty chill. The palace is open to the public almost year-round. Just don't walk into the king's office by mistake unless you're ready for a very polite security takedown. Valued at around $1.4 billion, this royal residence is a blend of minimalistic elegance and historic grandeur. And just like everything Swedish, it somehow feels both super expensive and environmentally conscious.
Number 7. Balmoral Castle, Scotland. Estimated value $140 million. Number 7 might not be the most expensive palace on the list, but it's got enough royal drama to fill a whole season of The Crown. Welcome to Balmoral Castle, the beloved summer retreat of the British royal family and reportedly the late Queen Elizabeth II's favorite place on earth. If Buckingham Palace is the office, Balmoral is the ultimate royal getaway. Nestled in the rolling hills of Aberdeenshire, Scotland, this granite fortress is everything you'd expect from a royal escape: massive grounds, private forests, herds of deer, and yes, probably a ghost or two lurking in the West Wing. Originally purchased by Prince Albert in 1852 as a gift for Queen Victoria, the castle has remained in private royal hands ever since. That's right, unlike Buckingham Palace, Balmoral is owned by the royal family personally, meaning it's the ultimate royal flex. The estate spans over 50,000 acres, which includes farmlands, deer stalking zones, fishing spots, multiple cottages, and a private golf course because naturally, inside the castle, picture tartan everything, hunting trophies, antique furniture, and enough royal portraits to qualify as a mini museum. But the real appeal isn't in the decor, it's the privacy. Balmoral is where the royals go to let loose, play board games, and probably argue over Monopoly like the rest of us. King Charles III now presides over Balmoral, and it's still actively used for holidays, royal retreats, and informal family gatherings. Even the coronation pictures show just how deeply Balmoral is woven into royal life. Estimated value: around $140 million, but the sentimental value: priceless. Number 6. Grand Palace, Bangkok, Thailand. Estimated value $500 million. If you think royal palaces are all about chandeliers and oil paintings, wait until you see the Grand Palace in Bangkok, a royal complex that looks like it was designed during a sugar rush by a god of gold. Constructed in 1782, this sprawling palace has been the official residence of the kings of Siam and Thailand for over 200 years. While the current king, Vajiralongkorn, no longer lives here full-time, the palace is still used for ceremonies, royal rituals, and let's be honest, blinding visitors with bling. The Grand Palace is home to the Emerald Buddha, which, plot twist, is made of jade. A throne room that glows like a sunrise, golden spires, mirror mosaics, and temples more dazzling than a fireworks show. And guards who stand so still you'll think they're statues. It's a fusion of Thai, European, and Khmer architecture, but the real jaw-dropper is the Temple of the Emerald Buddha, a sacred space so revered, the king himself changes the Buddha's robe seasonally. Here's the thing, despite no longer being a primary residence, parts of the Grand Palace remain classified, and royal family members often use private quarters during national events. The king's residence, called the Amaran Winichai Throne Hall, is still off-limits to the public and believed to host high-level discussions, royal stays, and possibly some legendary Thai royalty. With a valuation of around $500 million, it's not just a home, it's a royal symbol, a cultural landmark, and a golden marvel that makes Fort Knox look like a piggy bank. Number 5. Château de Versailles, France, estimated value $2 billion. At number 5, we're dialing the drama all the way up. Say bonjour to the Château de Versailles, a palace so extravagant it basically kicked off the French Revolution. If go big or go home were a building, this would be it. Located just outside Paris, Versailles isn't just a palace, it's an empire of elegance. Originally a modest hunting lodge for Louis XIII, his son *** Louis XIV, aka the Sun King *** turned it into the ultimate royal flex. And by flex, we mean 2,300 rooms, 800 hectares of gardens, and a hall full of mirrors so fancy you need sunglasses just to walk through it. Let's talk highlights. The Hall of Mirrors, where 357 mirrors reflect the sunlight from 17 windows because one chandelier is for peasants. The Royal Chapel, so grand it makes Notre Dame look like a countryside chapel. King Louis's private bedroom, where even the bedposts were carved with gold. And don't forget Marie Antoinette's estate, complete with a fake village because apparently being queen wasn't immersive enough. Versailles wasn't just a home, it was a political tool used to keep nobles close and enemies in awe. Every detail, from the meticulously trimmed hedges to the gold-dipped gates, was designed to say, "I'm richer than your entire bloodline." Although the French royal family was evicted in 1789 courtesy of an angry mob with pitchforks, the palace has remained a symbol of French opulence. It's now a museum, but parts of it are still reserved for state functions, royal ceremonies, and, let's be honest, some seriously high-end photo shoots. With an estimated value of $2 billion, Versailles isn't just one of the most expensive royal homes, it's also a monument to how far humans will go to flex on their neighbors. Oh, and pro tip, if you ever get lost inside, just follow the marble. It's literally everywhere. Number 4. Buckingham Palace, London, estimated value $4.9 billion. At number 4, we're headed back to the UK to visit the crown jewel of royal real estate, Buckingham Palace. This place has more cameras on it than a reality show and more guards than an armored truck. Welcome to Her Majesty's, now His Majesty's pad. Located right in the heart of London, Buckingham Palace has been the official residence of the British monarchs since Queen Victoria moved in back in 1837. But don't let its age fool you, this place has had more renovations than Madonna.
The palace features 775 rooms, including 19 staterooms, 52 royal and guest bedrooms, 92 offices, and 78 bathrooms, because nothing says royal like having 10 places to brush your teeth. A private movie theater, a swimming pool, yes, the Queen did laps, and a post office, so even your royal mail gets royal treatment, and that's not even the flex part. The royal balcony, where the royal family waves during major events, is so iconic it has its own paparazzi fan club. Inside, the decor is dripping with history, literally. From gold-leafed walls to crystal chandeliers, every inch screams colonial inheritance. And when state banquets roll around, expect gold-plated everything, 5-star chefs, and enough silverware to arm a medieval army. Now, King Charles III primarily resides at Clarence House, but Buckingham remains the epicenter of royal functions, ceremonies, and parades. It's also where tourists gather daily to witness the changing of the guard, a choreographed security flex that involves fuzzy hats and zero blinking. Estimated value: a mind-blowing $4.9 billion. And that's just the building. If you count the art, land, and history, you'd probably need a royal calculator to total it up. Next up, we're entering top 3 territory, and things are about to get wild. Number 3, Istana Nurul Iman, Brunei. Estimated value $6 billion. Number 3 is where we go from rich to wait, is this even real? Welcome to Istana Nurul Iman, the official residence of the Sultan of Brunei and the largest residential palace in the world. You heard that right. This isn't just a home, it's basically its own country. Istan in Ural Iman translates to Palace of the Light of Faith, and let's just say the light is strong in this one. Located just a few miles outside Brunei's capital, Bandar Seri Begawan, the palace looks like something out of a fantasy movie, except it's very, very real. Here are the specs, and we promise we're not making any of this up. 1,788 rooms, 257 bathrooms, 5 swimming pools, a mosque that can hold 1,500 worshippers, a banquet hall for 5,000 guests. A 110-car garage, because when you own a fleet of Ferraris, you don't park on the lawn. And did we mention it has an air-conditioned stable for 200 polo ponies? That's right, these horses are living better than most humans. Built in 1984, the palace was designed by Filipino architect Leandro V. Locsin and constructed by a Malaysian firm. It blends Islamic and Malay architectural styles with golden domes, marble columns, and enough sparkle to require sunglasses even at night. The Sultan, Hassan al-Bolkiah, is known for his love of luxury. His personal net worth hovers around $30 billion, and his palace reflects that in every way. From rare crystal chandeliers to Italian marble floors, no expense was spared and no corner of the palace was left unglamorous.
And get this, it's not just a ceremonial home. The Sultan actually lives there. That means somewhere in those 1,788 rooms is a royal man cave, probably with velvet recliners and a popcorn machine. While Astana Nurul Aman opens briefly during Eid al-Fitr, when citizens can shake hands with the royal family, most of the year it remains private, shrouded in luxury and mystery. Estimated value? Around $6 billion, making it one of the most expensive and largest royal residences on the planet. To Antilia, Mumbai, India. Estimated value, $2 billion plus. Now you might say, wait, isn't Antilia not a palace? Technically, sure. But when a private home makes Versailles look like a fixer-upper, it belongs on this list. Owned by Mukesh Ambani, the richest man in Asia, Antilia is a 27-story skyscraper mansion in the heart of Mumbai that redefines the word home. Spoiler, it's not named after his grandmother. It's named after a mythical island because apparently Over the Top wasn't dramatic enough. Here's what you'll find inside. 27 floors, but at double-height ceilings. It's the size of a 60-story tower. 3 helipads, 168-car garage, snow room. Yes, it literally snows indoors. Private movie theater, a multi-level hanging garden, and, of course, a ballroom with crystal chandeliers that change color depending on the music. Designed by Chicago-based architects Perkins and Will, Antilia isn't just rich in money, it's rich in controversy. People often criticize the $2 billion price tag, especially in a country with stark economic divides. But to the Ambanists, it's not just real estate, it's a statement. The house requires 600 staff members just to keep things running. That's like managing a boutique hotel, except the only guest is the Ambani family. The architecture mixes modern, Indian, and traditional Vastu Shastra elements, supposedly to ensure balance and harmony. Though nothing about Antilia feels particularly humble. Despite being a modern build, it's earned its spot among the most iconic royal-style homes in the world. And when you have $1 billion view of the Arabian Sea, who needs a backyard? Won the Royal Palace of Saudi Arabia, Al Yamamah Palace, Riyadh. Estimated value, unknown. Priceless. Speculated $10 billion plus. Coming in at number 1, we have a royal residence so luxurious, so secretive, and so mind-bogglingly wealthy that its full value might never be known. Welcome to the Al Yamamah Palace in Riyadh, the official residence of the King of Saudi Arabia, a palace that makes all others bow in submission. This isn't just a home, it's the beating heart of one of the most powerful monarchies in modern history. Al Yamamah serves as the administrative headquarters of the Saudi royal court and the residence of the king, currently King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. It's where world leaders come to do billion-dollar oil deals and where you'll find more marble than Michelangelo ever dreamed of.
Now, let's talk about size. While official blueprints are tighter than royal security, the palace is known to include a massive central complex covered in Italian marble, gold accents, and arabesque design. Dozens of banquet halls and ballrooms the size of aircraft hangars, private gardens, fountains, and lush courtyards that feel like mini oases in the desert. Helipads, private airstrips, and motorcade garage and not one but several VIP guest wings, each more lavish than a 5-star hotel Suteo, and rumor has it there's a throne room so extravagant it could make Game of Thrones look like community theater. Unlike other royal residences, Al Yamama isn't open to the public. There are barely any official photos, and most images that exist are from visiting diplomats snuck in via press photographers. That air of mystery only adds to its legendary status. What we do know is this: when heads of state come to Saudi Arabia, this is where the royal meetings happen. Inside, the palace is decorated with Persian rugs, gold chandeliers, custom calligraphy, and furniture imported from the most expensive designers in Europe. The Saudi royal family, led by the House of Saud, is among the richest families in the world, with estimated collective wealth surpassing $1.4 trillion. So when they build a palace, it's less about budgets and more about legacy, power, and prestige. And here's a wild fact: Al Yamama is just one of many royal residences. The family owns palaces across the country from Jeddah to Mecca to desert retreats, and each could qualify as a billionaire's dream. The estimated value of Al Yamama: some sources whisper $10 billion plus, others call it priceless. But one thing's for sure, it's the most exclusive, most powerful, and most extravagantly royal home on earth. And unlike palaces of the past that have become museums, this one is still very much alive. It's where decisions are made that impact global oil markets, international diplomacy, and even war and peace. In other words, it's not just the most expensive royal palace. It might also be the most influential building on the planet. So there you have it, 10 of the most expensive royal homes in the world, each one dripping in history, luxury, and power. From floating palaces in India to gold-stacked towers in the desert. From ancient Versailles to futuristic skyscrapers like Antilia, these homes show us one undeniable truth. Being royal, that's an entirely different tax bracket. But beyond the gold walls and private helipads, these palaces are symbols. They reflect the eras, empires, and personalities of the people who built them and those who still live in them today. Some are steeped in centuries of tradition. Others, like Antilia, are New Age royalty made with concrete, cash, and a lot of ambition. Which one blew your mind the most? Would you rather live in a floating marble palace or a high-tech skyscraper with a snow room? Let us know in the comments below.
And hey, if this video made you feel just a little poorer, don't worry. At least your house doesn't take a full-time staff of 600 to clean. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Mr. Brain Boost for more unbelievable insights into the worlds of wealth, luxury, and the lifestyles of the ultra-rich. Because let's face it, this kind of royalty is best enjoyed with popcorn from a safe distance.